The following is an urgent flashpoint from the silent world of undersea warfare. Why do the world's most advanced nuclear navies harbor a hidden panic over Japan's Soryu-class submarine? Right now, billions of dollars of nuclear-powered stealth are rendered entirely defenseless in the shallow waters of the Western Pacific. Imagine a massive 9,000-ton nuclear strike submarine navigating the treacherous bottlenecks of the East China Sea, completely blinded as its cooling pumps echo through the shallow depths, while an invisible, ultra-quiet conventional hunter closes in on its coordinates without leaving a single acoustic trace. This represents an unprecedented tactical crisis where the absolute pinnacle of naval engineering becomes dangerously exposed, pushing leading global defense analysts to argue that the mighty atomic fleets are virtually useless against this silent wall of technology. This is the strategic paradox of modern naval warfare. These supernavies possess unlimited budgets and multi-billion-dollar reactors, yet on paper, their only tactical salvation would be the unique engineering of Japan. Because while nuclear reactors must constantly pump liquid coolant to prevent a catastrophic meltdown, Japan's Soryu class can shut down its mechanical systems entirely, slipping into absolute acoustic silence. By discarding traditional engines and utilizing high-density lithium-ion batteries, this vessel blends perfectly into the natural ocean background noise. It turns the vast atomic superiority of foreign navies into an expensive vulnerability. Was the heavy reliance on massive nuclear submarines a genius survival move for the deep ocean, or the biggest strategic mistake in modern naval history? Before we go on, which type of submarine do you think would win this silent duel? And tell me where you are watching from. Hit subscribe to join our defense analysis unit right now. To understand this shifting balance of power, we must look directly at how the Soryu-class submarine exposes a severe flaw in Western naval planning. In the shallow waters of the first island chain, traditional nuclear-powered dominance suddenly vanishes. For decades, supernavies relied on massive nuclear attack submarines, like the Virginia class, believing their unlimited range made them invincible. However, these multi-billion-dollar vessels are facing an ironic tactical crisis. They are too large, too heavy, and too noisy for the shallow continental shelf environment, leaving them completely exposed. This strategic paradox has caught the maritime world off guard, as the richest defense establishments find their frontline vessels effectively useless against modern littoral warfare tactics. Top-tier global defense experts point out that a standard nuclear reactor must constantly run cooling pumps to prevent a critical thermal emergency, creating a permanent acoustic hum. In a deep ocean trench, that noise fades away. But in a shallow, straight under 100 meters deep, that distinct frequency acts like a beacon for adversary sonar nets. Furthermore, opposing forces have deployed an asymmetric strategy, cluttering these narrow choke points with dense networks of cheap seafloor sensors and small, highly maneuverable diesel-electric vessels. Against this coordinated swarm, a multi-billion-dollar nuclear behemoth becomes a massive liability, navigating blindly while trying not to scrape the ocean floor. It is a critical gap that cannot be solved by simply pouring more money into atomic propulsion. The truest irony is that these incredibly advanced nuclear navies are now completely exposed in the very waters they are tasked to secure. Was investing solely in large atomic fleets a genius survival move for global power projection, or the biggest strategic mistake in the history of shallow water defense? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below as we unravel the technical solution to this undersea crisis. This deep crisis brings us to the ultimate tactical solution found in Japan's Soryu-class submarine. Leading global defense analysts argue that on paper, this specific ship represents the only tactical salvation for countering asymmetric undersea warfare. By focusing entirely on a compact 4,000-ton displacement design, Japan created a platform that treats the shallow seafloor not as a hazard, but as a protective shield. The secret weapon that completely shifts the maritime balance of power is the implementation of advanced lithium-ion batteries. Unlike traditional diesel-electric variants, or even complex nuclear reactors, the latest Soryu-class hulls completely eliminate moving mechanical parts when submerged. By switching entirely to high-density battery banks, the vessel produces zero pump vibration and zero internal machinery humming. It achieves absolute acoustic silence. This engineering triumph allows the ship to slip past deep water detection grids undetected, rendering the most advanced anti-submarine tracking sensors completely useless. For Allied militaries operating under immense geopolitical strain, this platform is the missing piece of the defensive puzzle. Instead of trying to force massive, bulky nuclear vessels into treacherous bottlenecks, a fleet equipped with this quiet technology can easily block maritime choke points. The Soryu class utilizes an X-shaped tail rudder, allowing it to maneuver elegantly in extremely tight coastal waters where a larger submarine would be left completely defenseless and exposed. By acting as an invisible underwater wall, this conventional asset can monitor hostile movements without ever betraying its position. It completely reinvents littoral defense. Was developing this ultra-quiet battery technology a genius survival move that secures Japan's maritime independence, or was relying on conventional limits the biggest strategic mistake for a nation surrounded by growing nuclear powers? Share your breakdown in the comments as we prepare to look at the massive political and economic barriers holding back this technology. Despite this overwhelming tactical advantage, a major political and economic barrier prevents other nations from easily acquiring Japan's Soryu-class submarine. Leading global defense analysts argue that on paper, transferring this specialized silent technology remains a complex diplomatic puzzle. Japan's strict defense export regulations, deeply rooted in its peaceful post-war legislation, place immense legal restrictions on sharing frontline military assets. Furthermore, the specialized lithium-ion battery manufacturing lines managed by Mitsubishi and Kawasaki are built strictly for domestic operational requirements, creating a massive logistical hurdle for foreign naval integration. This brings us back to the ultimate strategic paradox of modern undersea warfare. Western superpowers continue to pour hundreds of billions of dollars into massive nuclear strike fleets, yet their global containment strategy remains completely exposed and vulnerable in the shallow Pacific choke points. Without a silent conventional asset to bridge this critical gap, atomic giants are left effectively defenseless against asymmetric coastal encirclement. The profound lesson of the Soryu class is that true naval supremacy is no longer about having the loudest reactor or the largest hull, but about achieving total mastery over acoustic silence in the most contested maritime environments. As geopolitical friction points intensify along the continental shelf, the old doctrines of raw atomic power are being forced to adapt or become completely useless. Was the heavy reliance on massive nuclear submarines a genius survival move for deep ocean dominance, or the biggest strategic mistake in Western naval planning history? Should superpower navies immediately abandon all big reactor programs to build small battery-powered stealth fleets like Japan? Or is the lack of infinite range an unacceptable weakness for a global superpower? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit that like button and share this video with your defense analysis circle.